Hello everyone, how are you doing today? This is Hillary, the marketing mom. Glad you're able to join me today. Yes, I was MIA yesterday, not feeling very well, was under the weather over the weekend. Actually, you missed me Friday, Black Friday, which was a great day. That was when we did our LinkedIn training, and unfortunately I had to miss that because I wasn't very well, and that carried over to the weekend. So as you see, I'm back, a little snippet here and there. But I'm back, and what I want to talk to you about today, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a social media manager over at Elite Marketing Pro. I'm a digital media marketing expert. I'm a business coach and trainer, and I work particularly with my moms who are ready to get rid of that rat race of having a job, okay, and ready to utilize your skills, your talents, whatever that may be, to be able to build a business online. And I'm here to help you with all of those online tricks, from building your website and getting a list and all of everything that means, because sometimes internet marketing could be kind of like a little forest. And actually I remember, quick story about when I first started 4 years ago, I really knew nothing about internet marketing, digital marketing, any of that. And the reality is, from a customer standpoint, I had been involved in internet marketing for a very long time as a customer, but never really looked at it on the back end. And as an engineer, many of you know that I'm an engineer, and as an engineer it was quite interesting to now be on the flip side, what we call the builder side, behind, like when you're looking at a circuit board and you see all the nice little pretty things on top, but engineers like to flip it over and figure out what's behind there. And in a sense, that is what happened to me in this digital marketing space 4 years ago. I flipped it over and started looking at it not from a consumer, but from the person who's building it all out. And it's been a fantastic 4 years. We've seen different things, ups and downs, and all sorts of success stories coming through about how social media and digital marketing has changed different people's businesses. And today, what I want to be sharing with you today, it may sound crazy, but we're planning for 2018. And I want to share with you a few things about planning out your personal goals and business goals, particularly in the month of December. Today at the recording of this, we are on the 28th of November. We've got 2 more days for November, and then the month of December comes. And what I find is that a lot of people, they work really hard for the first 2 weeks of December, and then after that it's like, woo! The holiday season is in, kids are home, you're either putting them in camp or you're planning vacation, whatever the case may be. And then all of a sudden December is lost. And what I like to do very early in December, before things get kind of hectic, is I sit down and I start planning 2018. And I don't plan like these high level goals. I like to plan things like that are very strategic, action oriented. So I know many of you, you've probably been collecting 2018 calendars. And what I like to do is to keep one calendar, all right, and go through month by month and just identify each month, what are you going to achieve in that month. And then in that month, I want you to break down what is it going to take to get there. Now, a lot of times, we talk about goal planning. A lot of people, they have everything to say about SMART goals and whether SMART goals are good or SMART goals are bad. What I like to do, and on my vision board, as I was looking at it today, I realized that I actually had 12 images up there. And that's interesting because it's a 12-month vision board, and there were 12 images up there. So visually speaking, even though you're not saying that, okay, this month I'm only going to work on that image, what you're telling yourself is that there are 12 major things that you want to accomplish in your year. And by sitting down in December, especially the first week, if you could get it done the first week of December, fantastic. But make sure it's done before the 15th of December, because kid you not, I've been there. When the kids come home, your mind is not on business planning, even though, a lot of people, they kind of shut down. And there are others who they're driving and they have all their automation. Maybe it seems as if they're busy working, but automation has allowed them to push through to December 31st, and I want you to think about that. If you haven't thought about it, you need to schedule a strategy session with me as soon as possible. All right, because that's one thing that you could put in place very quickly, that allows you to appear as if you're pushing through to December. All right, except for live videos, of course. But when you're planning your goals, especially your business goals, I want you to think about those major things, you know, that you're going to be working on. Major things, chunk things, like if you're going to be writing a book next year, that's one thing. And identify 12. Not that you're going to be doing it in 1 month, all right? And I want you to get that out of your brain. But identify 12 things, because in a year, you could get 12 things done, can't you? In a day, a lot of people get 12 things done. But we're looking at what are these big things, because in 3 months, maybe you're going to be doing 55 little things that are going to move towards 2 items or 3 items, okay? So remember when we talk about, you know, when you break it down and you say you're going to be doing your reading for 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes of daily reading may attribute to 12 books in a year. And if you remember, back in January, I said I was going to read 12 books. Well, I haven't even cracked 3 because I'm a slow reader. It doesn't matter if I'm reading for 15 minutes a day or an hour a day. I'm just a slow reader. So it takes me a while to get through books. So one of the things that I want you to do as well is, if you did do this last year, if you did do this exercise last year, because I remember talking to you about it, is that I want you to sit down and look at what your goals were for last year. See what you accomplished, see what you didn't accomplish. And don't beat yourself up like how sometimes we all do when you don't achieve all your goals, all right? You know, because when we were kids, you know, we had all these goals that are just like obvious that you have to achieve them, right? So you were always like, you know, this overachiever when you were a kid, but somehow as you get older, you know, you start to miss goals every year and you're like, gosh, I have to carry that over. Well, life does happen, right? When I planned my goal sheet last year, I wasn't expecting to be pregnant in the middle of this year, right? That is something that, you know, you just have to roll with the punches. So what I want you to do is take your goal list from last year and see what was accomplished, and examine it in 3 ways. What did I accomplish? What didn't I accomplish? And what could I have done better? All right. And especially the things that you didn't accomplish, look to see why they weren't accomplished. Was it a tool that you didn't have? Was it a training that you didn't have? Was it a resource? Identify what you needed in order to get that accomplished, and make sure that you've got that resource on your list for next year. All right. And I want to touch especially on your personal goals, because a lot of people think that goal planning is all about business and all about your, maybe your work, your business, and we forget about our personal goals. Okay. I want you to think about yourself. And in terms of especially mothers, all right, how often are you going to be going to get your hair done? How often are you going to be going to get your manicure, your pedicure? Self-care, I mean, throughout this year, and very much, I've always heard it, especially from my business coach, Mia Redrick. She talks about self-care. But I think what's important is that we write self-care in to our goals. How often are you going to do it? When are you going to go to the spa? When are you going to have a picnic with your family? And if you write these things down, you keep them just the same way you would have all your business goals, all right? 12 things, 12 major things, so that each month, now this one I want you to think about on a monthly basis. Each month, you should be doing one thing for yourself. Now, especially if you're coming from a place where you don't do anything for yourself and you're always giving and giving. By the way, today is Giving Tuesday, if you didn't know. And you're always giving of yourself. What I want you to think about for next year, 2018, is do one thing, just one thing for yourself each month. And you pick the day, you pick what the item is going to be, and you do it the same way you're going to work on all your other business goals. I want you to focus on your personal development as well, all right? Now, as we know, growth happens over time. So you doing this goal planning in December doesn't mean you're going to achieve it in January, okay? You've got a whole year ahead of you, God willing, all right? So what I want you to do, we're coming down to the end of November. The year is almost finished. If you have not signed up for a strategy session with me, you need to do so today. All right, it's hillarydefreitas.com/strategy. I'm going to drop it in the comments because I forgot to put it in the description of this video. And I want you to sign up for a strategy session with me. There's a quick survey that you have to take so that I know where you are at in your business. Okay, but sign up for that strategy session. Let's sit down, have a talk, and see how we could get 2018 off to a really great start. Okay, have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.